What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Life Jacket Podcast, where we talk about topics to help you get through the waves of life. I'm Bless,
What's going on, AJ?
and today we have our guest Gabe with us today. And so before we get started, we're going to always start with the win of the week. So for me, I'm also a real estate agent on the side, and I just got a new client. So very excited to help my client find a home or a forever home or a house, who knows, but it's exciting news because nowadays it's really hard being a real estate agent, but it's also good. So
My win of the week, I had a project that officially closed, and the VP from my hospital, for those that know, I'm a project manager, personally called me and wanted to thank me for the good work I done, the progress I made, and we got some really good results from it. So that was my win for the week. And so, Gabe, we're gonna pass to you, man. What's your win of the week?
Win of the week, honestly, is getting the opportunity to come here and chat on this podcast about real life issues and, and how we get through them.
We appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely.
So the way I met Gabe is actually at Fusion Gyms. That's my home gym. Shout out to Fusion Gyms. And he actually goes around gyms, and he has his company. I'll let him really go into explaining that, but me and him, we connected pretty much instantaneously. We're both in the military, have that Army background and stuff like that, and he's just a really good guy. And so we decided to have him on the show. Have him on the episode because he has a lot of good information, a lot of waves that he's been through, and we're very excited to hear what you got to say. So tell us a little bit about who you are.
Well, my name's Gabe, veteran U.S. Army. I got medically discharged, back in 2014. Went through tons of waves till I got to this point here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the owner of Monkey Fist Grips. It was an attachment that I created after my disability, and I'm a videographer, and I go around capturing my story and introducing my product to other people in the fitness industry.
Yeah, that's what's up. So tell us a little bit about your business.
Well, where it started, I started one day in the gym after, countless times of running into issues of what was in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of barbell movements, didn't help my rehabilitation. They hurt me because it was a one directional movement. I started it back in 2022 after COVID. All the gyms opened back up, and started roaming, going gym to gym. I got creative. A lot of people caught on to the grips, and they asked me, where'd you get them? And I was like, well, I made them.
Mm-hmm.
So it really just started off with one set before it started to become this company.
Mm-hmm.
And it caught on, and it's functional, it's useful, and it has a place in the industry.
Absolutely.
So I started my LLC back in 2022.
Okay. Yeah, I actually got a pair from you. And so there are definitely some nice grips. You can do a lot of different things with them that I've discovered, with using the cables, dumbbells, kettlebells, everything. And
Absolutely.
What I found out, for those grips, is it helps actually with my grip at the end of the day, getting that muscle tension throughout the whole arm. And it seems like it's working well. So when you started it, why did you start it?
Well, so, it all stems back to the disability that I had. I lost my grip strength. Part of my arm wasn't functioning. I couldn't open and close parts of my hand. And I couldn't engage on a regular D handle, as well as, when I found, the spherical grip or the monkey fist grip.
Mm-hmm.
And, that's kind of, where it started was, from adversity, from disability, from the inability to, close my hand completely.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's pretty much it.
Yeah. And so we always talk about waves of life, and as we are the life jacket, and to kind of help see what wave kind of created us to who we are today. So have you, I know you said, you mentioned you had plenty of waves. What do you think is maybe one or two waves that you've had who have made you who you are today?
Well, I would say, just losing a career and a career path was one of the most impactful, and losing myself and the way I identified, as a soldier, as a warrior, uh, losing that, and then the camaraderie of a band of brothers and community was, something that I completely lost and didn't have anything or anyone really to fall back on.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second wave would be, seeking help. I sought out help through the VA, and, got myself into multiple programs, and, you know, I I conquered a dependency that I had on medicine, and, I was given medicine, for my pain,
Yeah.
and, I got stuck in that world, and it was a revolving door for a while for me. And from there, I got fed up with not having any solution to a problem. It was just constantly placing a band-aid over a broken arm,
Mm-hmm.
and not getting to solutions, or not creating a community, something that I can, fall back on or focus my energy towards.
Yeah. Wow.
I because I know everybody has like a wave they went through. Like for mine, I got bullied a lot as a kid, and I was like, why? Like kind of why is this happening to me? Did you ever feel like when through your injury, like did you ever like start to get frustrated, like why is this happening? Like what's going on in the moment? Like did you like I'm sure, but did you ever get to the point where you're like really really frustrated
Oh,
at to like why is this happening to me?
absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
I struggled many days, many days, until I figured out a purpose, till
Mm,
I figured out, direction,
mm.
till I got creative enough to get me to where I'm at today. So there's just plenty of days that happened to me. And
Mm.
brother, that is a nightmare, and I do not wish that upon nobody, you know.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, one of the reasons why we start the podcast is, people really go through some real waves of life and you just don't know. Everything might seem okay and they look like everything's going well, but man, everybody goes through something. And so like I can't imagine like, what you went through, and like thank, God willing you be able to overcome it, you pursue, you start your own business. But I just know in that moment, like you were just probably like extremely frustrated, like why is this happening? And luckily, you had the perseverance and the resilience to, use what broke you into like a purpose, into like a passion. So I just want to first just commend you on that, because that's not easy. A lot of people give up.
I've heard that so many times, and I got
Hmm.
to thank you, because I do have a rare opportunity to overcome this, and I
Hmm.
feel like I have overcome this, and I'm on that journey right now. So I thank you,
Hmm.
because like you said, you don't get, people don't, people only take you for face value. There's thousands of version of ourselves out
Yeah.
there. So, seemingly, everybody sees that I'm a fit individual, has no clue that
Yeah.
I almost lost my life.
Mm.
So that's, that means a lot to me. I appreciate you know, the commendment,
Hmm.
and just it it's been a journey, and I'm just happy to be here
Mhm.
and get to tell a little bit about the story, and
Yeah.
what I'm doing now, to overcome it.
So what do you think was like the changing point to where, because it sounds like you kind of pretty much like hit like a rock bottom type of thing. And then how did you kind of like get out of it? Like was there anything specific, or just kind of like you just felt like you needed to seek help, or like what helped you to get out of that rock bottom stage?
Understanding that, I had a dependency on medication,
Mm-hmm.
and having to run and bow my head to, to medication, like, oh, well, if I don't take my medication, I'm going to feel pain.
Yeah.
My anxiety is going to run. It's going to rush, and that's where I found myself in, not dangerous places, but,
Yeah.
dangerous places, making wrong decisions,
Mm-hmm.
and I stepped away from my alcoholism, and that was a major thing. After my dependency, I struggled with alcoholism. And I can only tell you that it wasn't even intentional. It was like almost like I was on autopilot to go do it.
Yeah.
And realizing that I one day I came up and I was like, hey, this has to immediately stop. And went cold turkey from everything, and I really started to I spent time in the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And I found the gym to be a place that I could consider sanctuary, and that's what I was in search of.
Yeah.
Just getting a chance to stretch out, do my breathing, really focus on, the inner works of the mind, the body, and the spirit.
Yeah.
And, believing that God has a purpose for me.
Absolutely.
And really just trying to build a community of individuals and being of service to a community. And that's the journey that I started years ago. And I haven't stopped, and that's the journey that I'm on now. And I'm not stopping.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. I felt you when you said the alcoholism part and stuff, because like in the last episode, I kind of touched base on that too. And I think a lot of people don't realize, especially in the military, where like alcoholism and that's like something we do in our leisure time. And then when you have nothing to do, it's just kind of something you resort to. And for me, at least, like that was kind of for me to help get myself out of reality, because when I was injured, it was like, this sucks. I have nothing to essentially live for. And you think alcohol makes you better, but it's actually a depressant.
Absolutely.
But it's so easy to get stuck in there. And like for me, and the same with you, like the gym has so many benefits than just working out. Like, yes, you look good, you feel good, but it's all in the mind too. Like once you feel like you've accomplished something. And for me, when I go to the gym, like even being around certain people, like I know a lot of people don't like packed gyms and stuff, but I've built like a good community where I go to the gym and I'm laughing with people, we're working on the same goals, and having that strong foundation of friends that can help us kind of push us to elevate us to get out of that like rock bottom stage. So like, did you have any like friends or family that kind of helped you, or was it more like you did it on your own to get out of that?
Well, that's a good question. I mean, I had plenty of support from family and friends. But I was in search, for that, I guess that, how do you say it, like that fix. I was in search for that person or that community or that someone to give me guidance. And, I had to become that person.
Yeah.
And that is like one of the biggest, hurdles that I had conquered, or that I had to jump over, was becoming that person. And of course, having the support of the community has helped me. Friends, family, that's been part of it for sure.
Absolutely.
And you mentioned a point of talking about like alcohol, y'all both mentioned, but I don't think people understand like, oh, well, somebody may say, well, why do you resort to alcohol? Well, you don't know what I'm going through right now.
Yeah.
Like, you really don't know like what I'm going through. Like I'm in a real dark spot. Granted, I got more bullied in middle school, high school, but I promise you, if I could drink, I probably would. If it was legal, I would have. Like people don't understand. Like that's why like when people say it's like, well, they must have been in a place where that was all they need. They need to just get out of reality just for a little bit, or go somewhere else, because right now life just kind of sucks right now, and I gotta go somewhere else. So I don't, when people say, oh, you resort to alcohol, I mean, thankfully you're off of it, but I understand. I have sympathy, because I don't know what you have went through, where your mind's at mentally, where you are. to may have gone there. So of course, so I can understand where you both come from. This is just where I had to go for a little bit until, you know, I found my purpose, I found my passion, and I got out of that bad space for a little bit.
Yeah, no, I completely agree.
Yeah.
Completely agree. It was daunting, and for a lot of us to experience, you know, things like bullying, you know, adversity, it can be scary, you know, and it's just to be able to find a way out of it, you know, has been the most important thing for me. And once I've stepped on the track, I haven't stepped off of it.
Yeah,
You
and
know?
I think just staying on that track, because it's so easy to get off.
Absolutely.
It's
is.
so easy to get off society, you know, friends, family, haters, but
Distraction.
yeah, literally.
Absolutely.
You know,
Literally.
temptation.
That
You know.
temptation can be real.
Oh,
I understand.
So you said you have a poem that you've ended up.
absolutely.
That's
Absolutely. Pull it up for us.
perfect.
Appreciate you, man.
Yeah. All right. So I called it a letter from the past. Okay. A letter from the past. Cold steel, Fort Benning, Georgia, the home of the infantry. Follow me, lead the way. Loyalty, values, duty, respect, accept. Sir, good copy. Roger that. Motto of a good soldier. 3 safe years, God bless. Then the incubus of pain. Rip as quick as that. Torn an inch from life. Blood on red, white, blue. Medic sends chills down spine. Sewn up and issued oxy. Now, as life goes on, a split moment in time, day in and day out, fight or flight or might. PT, work, indoor, sleep, repeat. Silently suffering, seconds to years, mouth shut to all peers. Heart-beating fears of cycles, constant victories with no feelings. Terrifying fear of impulsive relapse. Mixed sounds of mental stress, what an impact it left. Defected, disabled, unable, incapable, labeled. Stigmas, the supposed to be. Further down the dark hole, down, up, down, up, down. It's time to stay up, standing tall against dark shadows, strong, worthy, proud, veteran father, the greatest man-carrying hero, the rebirth of a super being.
That's dope. That's dope.
That's fire, man. I know. I could feel the energy in that you really put a lot of thought into that. And again, like just hearing your story, because I'm literally just meeting you. I know you have a lot of resiliency in you to really go where you've gone to get to where you're at now. So I appreciate the vulnerability. This is why we made the life jacket. To hear people's ways. You want to promote a lot of vulnerability. So thanks for being, vulnerable to share this poem, with us and the viewers.
Yeah,
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no,
appreciate
my
that.
pleasure.
Mhm.
My pleasure.
Yeah. Can you show us the grips? Let's show our audience.
All right. So
And fun fact, I've used those with Bless, and I was like, what are these? But you could really feel the difference.
in the muscle connection.
100%.
Absolutely. So what we have here, it's, I designed it to mirror a tricep rope
Mhm.
and independent cable handle system
Mm.
or attachment accessory. So you can attach to cable machines, barbells, kettlebells. It can wrap around things. It can be clipped on and hooked onto things.
Mm.
It's as versatile as it is multidimensional. A sphere, there's no beginning
Yeah.
and there's no end.
Yeah,
So,
it's cool.
you can pretty much replicate any movement
Mhm.
that you can think of.
Mhm.
I tell people that they're limited to their knowledge of movement.
Mm.
So as long as you're willing to engage with the training system,
Yeah.
it's endless. So it's,
Yeah.
I created it from military grade paracord,
Yeah. Strong. It's not
strong,
ripping.
durable.
Yeah.
It's all certified. So I make them in all different colors,
Mhm.
make them in different sizes. But I created it because of all the different gripping styles that you can utilize
Mm,
in the training system. So
Yeah, man.
that's fire.
Those are really dope. Like I said, I used them. Once you introduced me, I was like, yeah, I got to get me a pair. Like they're in my gym bag every single time. Like me and him work out, and I'm like, you got to try these, and you feel the difference pretty much in almost every single workout that you do, from squatting to, you know, lat pull downs
Mhm.
to bicep tricep curls, all that stuff. So those are definitely good. Viewers, we're going to tag him, so make
Mhm.
sure you reach out if you want to try them out, buy them, whatever, because they're definitely good. And like you said, it's endless. There's so much that you can do with them. And even if you go to like a packed gym, and you might not can go on the cables, but you can grab them, hook it up to a dumbbell, kettlebell. You can be very innovative with those things, like at your house, whatever the case may be. But those are good. I'm definitely a great invention.
absolutely. So I tell people all the time, it really unlocks a lot of versatility
Mm.
in, whatever space or area or gym you're at. So like you said, at a busy gym,
Yeah.
if you can get your hands on a cable machine, or if you're traveling
Yeah.
and you go to a hotel gym and it's,
Yeah.
you have a light set of bands that you bring with you in the grips, you
Mhm.
can still get a lot done.
And I'm laughing because at my gym in Baltimore, there's never any equipment, and I that's why I like going to Fusion when I'm
Yeah.
home. But there's never ever equipment. I'm like, man, I wish I just had something I could just hook on the cable, and people be stealing the
Yeah,
tricep ropes. Like people steal the equipment.
They're raggedy. They
Yeah,
get
it's
raggedy or
terrible.
they tear apart.
Yeah,
So-
it's really trash. But no, that's where could I, if I went to purchase one, which I am, where would I find it at?
So best way to do is just check out the Instagram,
Okay.
because there you can kind of see what I do.
Mm.
And, if you like what you see,
Mhm.
you give the page a follow.
Yeah.
And I have my website link in my
Great.
bio.
Great.
So that's at MF Grips with
Mhm.
2 S's at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So yeah, we'll definitely make sure we tag you and everything, and so that the viewers know.
Thank you.
Yep. So to end it, like AJ, let's start off with takeaway from.
My biggest takeaway is you really just don't know anybody's story. Like we talked about earlier, you may see somebody on the street in the gym and they seem like they're well put together and everything's going well, but you don't know what they went through to get to where they're at right now. So never judge a book by its cover. And always just I'm big on just treating people fairly, kindness, humility. And so that's my big takeaway. Gabe, any big takeaway for the episode?
Honestly, I would have to say, I said it earlier. I mean, there's thousands of versions of ourselves out there. Just bring your best version every day. That's what I try to do on a daily basis. Is
Mhm.
just make sure that I'm choosing the right path over the wrong one. So,
Absolutely. And then I guess my takeaway would be just like the monkey grips. As he said, there's endless opportunity. You have to look at that in your life. So whether you're in a bad situation, there's always going to be another opportunity for you to keep moving forward, to push yourself forward, and just always know that there is light at the end of the tunnel, even if you don't see it. And so, AJ, what's up with you?
I'm good.
Good to go?
good to go.
Perfect. And thank you guys for watching. Remember, like, subscribe,
Yo,
share,
yeah.
comment.
Hold on. Some of y'all aren't liking and subscribing and following us. Come on, yo. It's not hard. Just do it. Just rock with us. If you please don't text me, yo, the podcast is great. Follow us. Come on, subscribe, like, it's free. Just to show the Life Jacket some love. We're really passionate about this. We love what we do. And we know we're really making a difference. So
Absolutely.
make sure you show us some love. But if that's the case,
Yep.
see y'all next time.
Peace.
Peace.
Perfect.